right, hey everybody, Popcan Dan. We are on part four, the grand finale, part four. Made it through three parts. I know the last one, part three, was pretty heavy duty, and it was pretty. I was pretty fired up, and I was pretty angry, and I'm not gonna lie about that. I said what I said. I don't apologize for what I said by any means. It was something we all needed to hear. All right, when you're digging holes like that in the winter, oh no, winter time, but when the ground's frozen and you're pulling in public parks big plugs and you can't put them back properly, and you leave that stuff like that, man, you're hurting all of us. And we all needed to hear that as a reminder. So that's it, man. Like I said, when I was doing these video series, it's not all fun and games. It's a lot of it's funny and a lot of it's good info, but a lot of it I'm actually angry and I'm venting on a lot of this stuff, and it's stuff we need to hear. I don't just vent for fun. I vent because I feel it's takeaways for all of us, and we all could hear it. So there we go. What do I have in store for part four today? Wow, the big grand finale. Let's. I don't know. I got a few things I think I'm gonna do, but one of them, I think the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to you guys about a. It was definitely the highlight of my detecting year in 2021. That was a hunt I went on with Travis, Hannah, and Evan, my new friends, detecting friends, and they, they're fairly new to the hobby, but they're passionate. But they got a fire lit under them, man. I'm telling you, it's like, wow. Reminds me of me when I was 24 when I started detecting, and yeah, so they invited me out to this field. I've invited Evan a few times to some places, but Evan felt it was time to return the favor. He wanted me to invite me to this field, and Mike, the Bradford Beeper. So we went out to this field, and I tell you, it was literally life changing for me as far as detecting goes. I didn't find anything. That's the weird part, but it was just being a part of the day. And the reason I didn't find anything was because, as you know, from my videos past and stuff, I had some issues with my my Equinox 800, and I had some stuff notched out by accident on it, and I was missing all the copper, man. And that's what they were pulling out of this field. In two hunts, they pulled out, I think it was almost like probably 20 coppers and a real, a silver real. I mean, come on, hey, what kind? In two hunts, like 20 coppers and a silver real. That people don't come across that every day. Some detectors never will come across a field like that in their detecting careers. Evan and company were able to do that in their second year detecting. They were able to get this permission for this field, which is, and I was, so anyways, getting back to it, I was there, and I literally, my detector, like I said, it wasn't notched properly, and I was missing all kinds of stuff. I got the odd thing here or there. But I literally turned into the cameraman. They were popping coppers here, and I'm like, you can't even. So I'm the guy filming. So I'm going around, and somebody yells copper, so I run over and filming. I come back to my detector. I'm still getting set up, and someone else is yelling a copper. Now, when you do that, when you yell a copper every 3 minutes, and you got to go over there, you spend about 5 minutes over there with each copper. It adds up, man. And it was a full day, and it was crazy. I walked away, and when we left the field, I called Mike, and I said, Mike, he was on his way home in the car, and I called him. I said, what just happened? What happened there? Like every copper that was found, I don't think there was a copper found past 1830, like newer than 1830, and it was pretty much late 1700s. Two 1700, a farthing, 1700s farthing, and the real, and then there was a bunch of early 1800s coppers found. It was absolutely nuts. So, in order to commemorate that day, I put out a video, but I wanted more. I wanted to be able to highlight this day a little more. So what I did was I actually got all three guys and girl. I got Evan, Hannah, and Travis, and I did an interview with them, each of them, and asked them some questions about the day, and I put it together a little package for you. So I'm going to show that to you right now. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope at one point, my wish for all of you is that one day each of you experiences a day like I had with these guys. It was absolutely insane. It was amazing. All right, here we go. Hope you enjoy. Okay, I want to welcome Evan, Hannah, and Travis to Beyond the Headphones. We'll call it part four. Thank you guys for being a part of this. I want to start by asking each one of you uh, how long you've been detecting for. When did you start detecting?
Hi, my name's Evan Masarovich, or Captain Copperhead, as Dan likes to call me, and I've been detecting for about 2 years now.
Hey, my name's Travis. I've been detecting now for really only since about July of last year. Only got my first detector in about September. I was kind of boring my wife's before that.
Hi there, my name is Hannah Stoffer. I've been detecting seriously since about the spring of 2021, but a few years back I had a little bounty hunter detector that I went out with a few times, so I would say on and off now for the past few years.
That is absolutely amazing. And what got you into the hobby? Tell me how you got into the hobby of detecting. I know I got into the hobby by watching Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark when I was 10 years old. And I'm like, I want to be like that guy. And I realized I can do it with a metal detector and not get chased by big boulders and have big spiders. Well, maybe sometimes I get the spiders on me. But, anyways, what got you guys? What was your inspiration? What got you guys into detecting as well?
The thing that really got me into the hobby was just Hannah started it before I did, and she would go out with Evan, and Evan's always been a good friend of ours. So wanting to go and hang out with the two of them at the same time, and then also seeing how fun it was an opportunity to really give it a shot myself as well.
The thing that really got me into metal detecting was that I love history. It's one of my passions in life. And I started watching YouTube videos quite some time back. Getting out there and digging up these items yourself that no one's touched in hundreds of years is the closest that you'll ever get to time travel.
My buddy Tristan, he actually got me into the hobby. We were talking about it one day at work, and I was really intrigued by it, so I figured, hey, I'll pick up a detector and try it out.
All right, now Evan, this field was, we everyone has their field of dreams, but this really was a field of dreams for you. I mean, this was beyond anything I've ever seen that I've ever detected. And so, how did you come across this field? Like, did you do research? Did you have any idea what was in this field before you were going there? Like, what was your inspiration for picking this place to go try to get permission for?
Yeah, we just did a little bit of research on the atlas you can find online for this field and saw, a little, basically a square. It didn't have a building located in the property. And we just decided to give it a shot. So we contacted the farmer. Actually, we walked up to the farmer's door and just knocked on his door and asked him if he'd mind us metal detecting.
All right, Travis, my buddy. Listen, I always find you're not. I'm not saying you're the thinker of the group, but you are. You always seem to say stuff that is very smart. Let me put it that way. No, you always say stuff that's very relevant to what's going on around you, and you're very keen on observing stuff. I've noticed that about you as well. When actually, no, we'll get into that later. But listen, what were your expectations, Travis, when you got to the field? What were your expectations about the field? Did you have high expectations? Did you set the bar low? Did you know what you were getting into when you walked into this field?
When we got the permission for the field, I wouldn't say that I was super optimistic for the field. It seemed like similar farm fields we had hit in the past there, but you get cautiously optimistic at the same time. You know, there was an old structure that was there, And you never really know what you can find when you know that there's structures from the 1800s.
Okay, there she is, the Jedi. Hannah, I nicknamed her the Jedi. So trust me, well deserved, by the way. Hey, my question for you, Hannah, is at what point did you realize that you were on a pretty special piece of ground? Like, I was with you actually. I was with you guys on your second hunt. I know the first hunt you guys got like 9 coppers or something the first time around. Even at that, like you say, not even the day I was there, maybe even the day before. When did you realize? At what point, Hannah, did you realize? Oh, I think we're on special ground here.
When we found this field, it was just like all the signals were amazing. There was very, very little trash. So, every time I could hear a solid signal, I could say with confidence that it was something good. It was just the way this field is.
And Evan, let me ask you, where does that hunt, the one that we were with you on, rank so far in your detecting career as far as actual hunts go? I'm pretty sure you're gonna know your answer, but what was that day for you? How did that rank for you?
By far, without a doubt, it is the best hunt that we've ever had. Um, we were on, cloud nine the entire time.
Okay, back to Hannah. I want to ask you. Remember, I just mentioned I had nicknamed you the Jedi, and the reason I nicknamed you Jedi when I was out in the field, you were just hitting signals left and right, and you kept saying, I must be lucky. I must be lucky." But I don't think it's luck. I really think I know anybody can get a signal out there, but I think you really know your machine well, and I think you understand how a machine works, how a detector works. So I want to ask you, how well are you for differentiating good from bad signals? How do you feel? Where are you at with that? Because that was the one thing I kind of drew from you was that, hey, this girl knows a good signal when she hears one. So tell me, how was that for you, differentiating signals? Like me myself, I still get seduced by the bad signals sometimes. I get too excited and I dig bad signals and I'm like, oh yeah, I knew it was going to be a pop tab or whatever. I just knew that, but I don't know why. But you seemed to be digging a lot of good stuff. So my question, of course, is can you differentiate? Do you feel you're good at differentiating the signals on your machine?
I definitely wouldn't describe myself as a Jedi with this detector. It's been quite a learning curve for me since I've really just started seriously getting into it. It can be hard for me sometimes because usually I'm the one actually going home empty-handed. I don't usually find much when we're out. It's not been without its share of frustrations and bad days, as I'm trying to learn this detector and learn the sounds. Luckily, I have Travis, my husband, and Evan, who have both just been super supportive and super encouraging through this whole learning curve, this whole new concept.
Okay, Travis. So here's my question for you. You understand that days like this, like the one you had, that they don't come along very often. For some people, if not at all. All right. I've been detecting 28 years. And I've been a part of maybe 3 days like that in 28 years, man. So it was pretty darn special. My question to you, Travis, is how did you feel about being a part of a day like that? Like, so new into your detecting career, like some people build up to a day like that over the course of many years. We pretty much will call you still a rookie. You still have the new car smell, and you had a day like that. I'm like, wow, so what was it? How did you feel to be a part of a monumental day like that?
Yeah, days like that, they never come along. So it was an incredible experience to be able to be a part of a day like that. And just to be able to experience it in my first year of detecting, it was an incredible day. And I don't know if it'll be topped anytime soon.
Okay, so I want to ask Hannah this question. Hannah, what draws you to history? What is passionate? What makes you passionate about history? What draws you to it? You know, for me, I don't know why. I just my entire life I've always been just drawn to history, you know, my whole life. What draws you to history? Why are you passionate about it?
It just connects you to the past like nothing else can. Not a movie or a PowerPoint presentation or a classroom, but a real item that was lost 100 years ago. It's a real piece of history and you're holding it in your hand, material to skin. That's what excites me. That's what gets me passionate about history and metal detecting itself. And the concept of saving history. You know, you can go forward with the satisfaction that you dug this item, you put in the effort and the physical work to save this item that would have been lost forever. And now, not only can you enjoy it, but you can teach others and share it with them as well.
All right, so I want to cap it off with Evan. When I was in the field, Evan, I was probably half a football length away from you, field, 50 yards, I don't know, something like that. And I remember hearing through my headphones somebody yell out "silver," and I had just said goodbye to Mike, the Bradford beeper, because he was leaving to go home. And I took my headphones off and looked up like this, and I looked over and I see you standing there, and then I looked and I saw Mike, and Mike had stopped. He was walking to his car. He turned around and started walking back, and I could see him walking back in a bit of a hurry. So I start to panic. I got my phone out and I started walking towards you. And as I was getting closer, then I heard somebody say, "Is that a Real?" Which I think it might have been Travis said that. I can't remember. And then my blood really started, the adrenaline started to go, because I remember when I found my Real, and I was not expecting it because I thought I just had a silver. I thought I actually had a fishy up here in Canada, folks. The half dimes, we call them fishies, little tiny silvers, and that's what I thought I had. And when I started cleaning off and I saw what it was, I'll never forget the feeling that went through my body. And it's captured on video because I was literally, I got very choked up, very, like, I don't know why, emotional. You know, I cry at ET still, but it is what it is. And yeah, now you know that. But I know how I felt when I found that. I saw your expression, what you were going through when you realized what it was. But you tell me, you walk me through exactly what happened and what you were feeling when you found that Real, half Real.
Well, we've been finding a lot of old coins at that place and a lot of relics. So when I popped the plug and I saw this little silver rim poking out, I didn't know right away if it was a Real or something like that, but I knew that it was an old silver coin. So I looked over at the rest of the group and yelled, "Silver!" I just knew it had to be something good. It just this silver rim poking out, thin, a little bent, and when I took it out of the plug, I saw a hole at the top of it. And I remember Mike was actually leaving at the time, and he was starting to walk away, and he stopped dead in his tracks and turned around and started, running back, and Hannah and Travis started running towards me. And I remember Hannah came up, and when we flipped it over and started cleaning it off with the spray, and we ended up seeing the little bit of a pillar sticking out there, I knew right away that it was a Real, and I was absolutely breathless.
All right, Evan, Travis, Hannah, the Jedi. By the way, I call Evan, I call him the Copper, what are they, the Copper Kid? I can't remember. I've got a few nicknames we're flying around for him. I call him Autopilot Evan too, because he's a pilot. But anyways, listen, you guys, thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you for taking the time and wanting to do this with me. It means a lot to me because I wanted to highlight that day. It was something very special. Man, and I hope that we can share a day like that again at some point soon with you guys. Yeah, so I hope everybody out there enjoyed that little portion of the part 4. I've been waiting to do this for a while, and I'm glad, glad we all got to do it and be a part of it. And yeah, awesome. All right. So I had put in when I was interviewing the fine folks there, Evan, Travis, and Hannah. I had put, because Mike was there, I threw a question in for Mike, but I didn't want it to be part of the interview, so I'm going to throw it in now for fun. And I'm actually meeting up with Mike tomorrow, and I'm going to get his answer on video and see what he says. So my question to you, Mike, the Bradford Beeper, is: do you feel at your age, are you confident enough in your bodily functions that you don't have to carry a roll of toilet paper around with you when you're detecting out in the field? And what is your answer, Mike?
No, I'm not confident at all with that. I need 4 rolls, hand sanitizer, a couple of beach towels, a pail, and a change of clothes.
Classic, man. Classic. That's why I detect with the Bradford Beeper, because that guy's off the hook. This guy's crazier than I am, man. I mean, I thought I was a little off kilter. The Bradford Beeper is really off kilter. I mean, these guys, Redbeard off kilter, Bradford Beeper off kilter. These are my boys, man. These are my boys. You know, it's you have so much fun detecting with them. Okay, so I promised Mike after that question, he said to me, he made me a deal. He said, I'll answer that question for you. He said, but I need you to answer that question as well. And it's only fair, you know what, I'm not going to hang him out to dry. Where's dirty underwear? No, hey, I'm not going to leave him hanging out there. I'm going to answer the question as well, all right? Just to make things fair. So here's what I have to, here's how I'm going to respond to that question. How's my hair, by the way? Look at that. Oh my gosh. So, let me put it this way. I have not yet brought a roll of toilet paper with me when I go detecting. Not yet. All right, and I stress the word yet. I think I'm close. But I did have a call where we were detecting at his one of his permissions, and it was all of a sudden it was like, and there's no bathroom around out there, man. But probably about a 15-minute walk out of the field near the highway, there's a gas station on the side of the highway, a rest stop, with the dirtiest bathroom ever, and I didn't care. I had to go, and I did the penguin walk all the way 15 minutes out of the field over there just to make sure we didn't have any mishaps. So there, I've answered the question as well. But hey, you know what? Let me put this out there to everybody. This is not your standard code of ethics detecting question, but have you had any close calls out there in the field? You know, we joke a lot about it in our videos. You know, where did you bring a roll of toilet paper, or have you taken care of business? We joke around. You find some animal poo-poo out in the field, and I always try to blame Mike and say he did that out in the field. But hey, folks, seriously, man, let's end this one on a good note, a funny note. All right, any close calls out there in the field? Come on. Fess up. I want to hear the truth. I just laid my truth on the line. You tell me now, all right? How's my hair? Okay, hey folks, you know what? Not going to make this into the Godfather 3-4 hour film. So I'm going to wrap it up, and this is the finale for this is part 4. So I just want to thank everybody. If you watched all the parts, thank you so much. Beyond the Headphones, that was the series. That's what I had called it. Do it over the wintertime. Just love spitting out all things detecting, chatting about all kinds of different things. Like I said, fun stuff, serious stuff, all kinds of stuff, man. And it's been a good ride. And I just want to thank everyone for watching. So by the time this video comes out, I think it's going to be just right around almost time when the ground's thawed. So we're going to get back to some live videos after that. And folks, that's it, man. Just remember, I say at the end of my videos, be good to one another online, all right? I had a big segment in part 3 about filling in your holes properly, especially, and when to detect and when not to detect. Filling in holes when it's frozen in the ground. It's just, really think about it. And I did say, It's like anything. If you're fishing or you're hunting, if you're buying a gun for hunting, you don't just go out and shoot a deer in the July. You're going to get arrested. It's much the same with detecting. You need to know the rules and regulations, the code of ethics. Folks, that's what's going to keep the hobby going. Otherwise, we're a dying breed. We're going to be like dinosaurs. We're going to be gone. All right? Let's not see that. Let's not make sure that does not happen. Folks, my wish for everybody in 2022, may your cup runneth over. Hey, hope we all do the gold dance. I haven't done the gold dance in quite a few years, but yeah, folks, best of luck to everybody in 2022. And I'm going to be back at the end again to do another series of videos over the winter. And we'll see what happens then. I might have more dumb stories. Who knows? All right, everyone, take care. Be safe.